everybody, how y'all doing? This is KD. Welcome back to the channel. I'm basically bringing you guys a video today about the NFL draft. We are less than a week away, and I'm going to talk about each team and their draft pick in the first round and some of their needs. All right, so if you haven't already, be sure to hit the like, comment, or subscribe button to make sure that you get your notification, turn your notifications on to where, hey, if you got a particular question, I can get your question answered, or probably bring your answer in the form of a video in the near future. All right, so let's move right in. The pick number 1, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to take Trevor Lawrence. It's a no-brainer, especially after Justin Fields have came down with his medical concerns with the having the seizures. Number 2, Zach Wilson is going to go to the New York Jets. The Jets have moved all the way up into this position, so it makes sense to go ahead and take a particular quarterback. However, for some odd reason, if they get a quarterback via trade, I can see them taking the likes of Penny Sewell. But that's another video for another day. Number 3, I have the San Francisco 49ers taking Trey Lance. They're going to take Trey Lance because, like I said, about a quarterback move, I think Jimmy G could be on the move, either back to the Patriots, maybe to the Broncos, or even maybe to the New York Jets. Number 4, I have Atlanta Falcons taking Kyle Pitts. They're looking to probably try and get the double tight end set. And how could you pass up a generational type of talent, or at least what people think his potential is, and pass him up and let him go to another team? So I think the Falcons will get their shot, especially with the Justin Fields issue coming out. So I think the Falcons will take Kyle Pitts at 4. Number 5, I got the Cincinnati Bengals. They should take Penny Sewell. Reason being is because Justin Burrow, the writing was on the wall. So hopefully they've been paying attention to what's going on with their franchise quarterback. Number 6, Devontae Smith going to Miami. Miami needs another receiver to pair up with Chambers and Will Fuller. So I think they'll go for the speedy guy, and they'll get him with that first particular pick. Number 7, I got Jamar Chase going to Detroit. Reason why I have Jamar Chase going to Detroit because I think they're going to try and replace what they lost in the free agency. They got their quarterback already, so now it's going to be trying to get another receiver to go along with Brashard Perriman. So if they don't go receiver, I can also see them going offensive lineman here, particularly Rashawn Slater. All right, number 8. We got Caleb Farley going to Carolina. They already have a decent secondary, so I think they'll add to it because of what they're trying to build. Once they get that, then I think they'll turn around and add another receiver later on in the draft to basically cover up for the likes of losing Curtis Samuel. Number 9 is Kwity Paye. I got Denver taking Kwity Paye for the simple reason they need somebody else to pair along with Von Miller. He's getting old, and he could be possibly the replacement along that defensive front. Number 10, I have the Dallas Cowboys trading out of this pick and going with Mac Jones. Mac Jones will go to the New England Patriots. I have the Patriots trading up to number 10. Number 11, I got Rashawn Slater going to the New York Giants. They need another offensive lineman. They lost one to the Baltimore Ravens, so it only makes sense to go ahead and replace that guy that you lost in free agency right now. I believe it was Zyder that they lost. All right, number 12. I got Christian Bearsell going to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles have lost some linemen, and then at the same time, they have to protect Jalen Hurts. If they're traded away Wentz for that particular reason, because they figured that, hey, he was a better quarterback, or going to be the better quarterback going forward, or however it happened, he's not on the roster anymore. So I think you got to protect who you're going forward with this Jalen Hurts. All right, number 13, the LA Chargers. I think the LA Chargers get another lineman that they've been looking at to help protect Justin Herbert. Not saying their lineman was particularly horrible, but Justin Herbert made everybody a little bit better because, his release and his ability to have pinpoint accuracy on a lot of his throws. So I think you're giving him a little bit more time, and he can be a little bit more patient, I think he'll be a little bit more effective. And some of the games they won't be 6 or 7 point possessions. It'll basically, hey, look, basically a one possession game. It won't be that anymore. I think they can kind of hold on to the lead because they have a little bit more time, and with a little bit more time, it means they can be a little bit more efficient. All right, so the 14, I've got the Minnesota Vikings taking Tevin Jenkins. I don't like this pick either because I want the Baltimore Ravens to have a Tevin Jenkins fall to them. But I just think Minnesota, based off trying to get back to what they're good at, I think they're going to try and build up their defense later on in the draft. And I think right now is not a game changer that they want in the defensive side on the defensive side. So I think they will go offensive linemen to help shore up that pass protection for Kirk Cousins and that really good receiving core that they have, as well as their decent run game that they got with Dalvin Cook and Madison. All right, so I got 15. I got Dallas Cowboys taking J.C. Horn. If they trade back to this pick, I think they're going to take J.C. Horn either way it goes. However, if this is the Patriots will take one of the offensive linemen to replace one of their linemen that they lost in our free agency. All right, so number 16, I got the Arizona Cardinals taking Alex Leatherwood. The reason why I got the Cardinals taking Alex Leatherwood is because they need pass pro as well to help out with Kyler Murray and his development. He moves around a lot, but that could be because of not having solidified pass pro. Number 17, I have Micah Parsons going to the Las Vegas Raiders. Them picking up pass rushing ends in this particular free agency. I think it's going to help them make the choice in the first pick in the draft a little bit easy. So they'll take Micah Parsons to help solidify the second level of that defense. Number 18, I got JOK going to Miami. He is going to help replace Kyle Van Noy. No, I'm not saying hey, he's on the same level as Kyle Van Noy, but what I am saying is that he can give you some of that output that Kyle Van Noy gave you, whether it being on the Johnny on the spot or that on the field general, if you want to call it that. This kid is great when it comes down to tackling and coverage. I'm tackling in space, and he's great when it comes down to being able to do multiple things in the linebacker spot. He's a little bit raw, but he is as good as advertised. Number 19, I got Jaden Waldo falling, and he's going to go to the Washington football team. The Washington football team, they don't really have a need for a receiver, but like I was saying in one of my podcasts, they're pretty complete when it comes down to defensive and offense. So if I had to give them a need or a steal in this first round, I think the steal would be to get a player like Jalen Waldo and basically be able to utilize him. He won't be the number one or number two option, but I can tell you right now, having that guy as your third option or maybe your fourth option it would be truly, truly remarkable to have that particular type of receiving core, especially for a gunslinging quarterback like Fitzmagic. All right, so number 20, Xavier Collins. He's going to the Chicago Bears. The Bears are still searching, to try and get back to the monsters of the midway type of defense. They have a pretty good defense already right now. So adding a player like Xavier Collins where he doesn't have to do too much, it takes the pressure off of him, and it takes the pressure off a player like a Khalil Mack or even Roquan Smith. So now you have another player that can do a little bit of what those guys can do. So now it makes it a little bit more complete defense. All right, 21. I got Azeez Ojulari going to Indianapolis. The reason why I have him going here is because I really think Justin Houston is out in Indy. I don't know if they're going to continue to pay a player to where they feel maybe he's over the hill. We want to try and give him a little bit less money, or maybe we're trying to go to a different scheme or whatever it may be, and you have a lesser role. I just don't know if he's in the plan moving forward. So with that being said, I just think they'll go into a different route, and that different route will be Azeez Ojulari out of Georgia. All right, so 22, Tennessee Titans, I got them picking Patrick Surtain. The reason why I got them taking Patrick Surtain is because Patrick Surtain is going to fill that void that they're going to leave on their defense without having Malcolm Butler there. Yeah, I know he didn't have a great season last season or whatever it may be, but you still have to have some kind of presence out there. And I think this guy kind of helped fill that void when it comes down to having presence and being able to either control a side of the field or even maybe to take the number one or number two option on the opposing team out of the equation. So, and 23. So I have Rondale Moore going to the Jets. This guy is a little warrior, man. He's about 5'7" and 5'9", but I love his game, love what he's able to do. He's not afraid to go up for a jump ball. Yeah, he may be limited because of his height or whatever, but he's not to be overlooked. So when he's on the field, he can truly be special to the right offensive coordinator. All right, so 24, I got Jason Alway. I got him going to Pittsburgh. He's going to basically stay in the state. So with that being said, that'll be good for them because they can kind of help develop him and utilize that total that 4-3 that he has. So now he can become that total defensive end and kind of shade away from I'm a defensive end / offensive outside linebacker. He can turn around and shield curb himself to be that pass rushing DN that can drop in the coverage. All right, number 25, I got Christian Barmore from Alabama going to Jacksonville. Once again, Jacksonville trying to solidify themselves and build their defense up back to where it was, and I believe what they had in 2018. So they're trying to get back to that particular that style of play, and at the same time bring in the offense or getting the offense going as well. So 26, I got Cleveland getting Greg Newsome. Greg Newsome is really special when it comes down to being a ball hawk. He's quick and he has good size. So I think with the uncertainty what's going on in Cleveland's secondary, I just think a player like Newsome is hard to kind of pass up unless Cleveland feels they have another board that's more need than their secondary. I know linebacker is big for them, but I don't know if they waste the first round, or I won't say waste the first round pick, use a first round pick on a linebacker, because if Collins is not there, I can't see them jumping the gun with anybody else. I could be wrong, but just looking at it, I don't see anybody for them to jump up on a linebacker, especially with the ones going before Collins, and then Collins being gone as well in my draft. All right, so 27, I got the Baltimore Ravens taking Cosme out of Texas, offensive tackle. He brings the nasty. It was hard between him and Creed Humphrey from I think he's in Oklahoma. It was hard to pick between both of those guys because those guys are kind of similar. They can play multiple positions, whether it be the opposite side tackle or even a guard or whatever it may be. So it would be hard to find the differences that you really want in either one of those players. But I will tell you, both of them bring the nasty, and they both can complement what Baltimore are looking to do in the run game. All right, 28, I got Jalen Phillips going to the New Orleans Saints. The reason why I have Jalen Phillips going to the New Orleans Saints is because the Saints feel at times, they get people, they get Jordan, they get him, he gets double teamed, and then he's not able to do anything when it comes down to the defensive side, him and Davenport. And then they're basically saying, hey, our pass rush becomes null and void. So I think they'll take a player like Jalen Phillips to kind of package him. And so now, even if it's a third down package, we create some kind of sub packages to basically help us out so our pass rush doesn't get tired throughout the game. All right, 29. I got the Green Bay Packers taking Levi Onwuzurike. The reason why he's going to take him is because he is freaky athletic. He plays like a defensive end, but he gets pressure from the interior defensive line spot. So with that being said, that is often overlooked in the NFL. And if you do have a player that is like that, you're talking about an Ndamukong Suh type of approach and that type of ability. That right there, you can't match that, or you can't find that. It's very rare when it comes down to being able to pressure the quarterback. So you see, defensive tackles, they have 2-3 sacks out of the year. Now this particular guy, he got 6 and 7, possibly 8 sacks. depending on what team we go to. That is a huge get for somebody in the first round. All right, number 30, I got a Sante Samuel falling to Buffalo. This is a good pickup for them because now you don't have to put your more skilled secondary players on the tight end. He can kind of go on some of the skilled guys, and then you can get your bigger cornerbacks back and play on the tight ends and so forth. Because I know that was a place of weakness for the Buffalo Bills defense, being able to cover certain tight end, the opposing team tight ends, when it comes down to them playing Kansas City, Baltimore, or somebody like that. All right, 31. I got the Baltimore Ravens taking Joseph Asai from Texas. Again, to some people it may be a head scratcher, but to me, I think that need is there, and I think they feel, hey, we can help coach him up and kind of curb some of his rawness that he have to him, and just basically think about him just playing, hey, look, put your hand in the dirt and go get after the quarterback. Oh, yeah, by the way, don't worry about too much of play recognition because we got field generals all throughout our defense to kind of help him out. So I think if he's going to play early, hey, if he plays early, he'll be in a package, just like I was saying about one of the other defensive ends, and then he'll kind of slowly groom him into a starter. All right, number 32, the final pick, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers realize Ndamukong Suh is getting older. They got some other players that are getting older, nursing a few injuries or whatever it may be. So I think Carlos Basham will be a good pick for them. The reason why I say Carlos Basham will be a good pick for them is because now other people can focus on, hey, just my whole thing is getting to the quarterback, because Basham is that field general type of person. When he's able to go back and forth towards the defensive line, the line of scrimmage, and he's able to drop off in coverage as well and take it flat and cover some people. So with that being said, that completes my first round mock draft. If you guys got any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments below. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and y'all have a great day.